Once upon a time, a wise man said, friendship and love are like different types of alcohol. If you try one, then you try another one. And you enjoy this feeling. But the twist lies when you start to mix them. If you are a newbie, you will throw up. But wait for the right time. Wait for the capacity. And you will get the hit of a lifetime. Good evening, respected Toastmasters and guests. I am the wise man. Now you guys might be wondering, wow, he is such a wise man. I want to be wise just like him. Don't you worry. I've got you covered. Fasten your seatbelts for the journey that awaits you. Now, I guess it's rewind time. Let's roll back a few years. And probably I was at your stage. A very timid guy with low self-esteem entered the gates of IIT Ayasandanda. With ambition in his eyes, but a constant fear of being judged by the masses, he thrived for a comfort place where he can express himself, where he can be himself. Sadly, he found a crowd and just stuck with them so that he can counter the feelings of loneliness. He felt so empty. He felt trapped in an infinite void until one day something happened. He discovered a place where he was asked to express the world in his own ways. From the mountains of vanilla to the strawberry autumn, he described the world in his own magic and wonder. There's a very nice thing about words and speeches. Words have a lot of power in them, as long as the speaker has the courage to emphasize it. Just take the protagonist of a story. He took a deep dive into his mind and finally he broke the shackles of his insecurities. He broke through the depths and barriers of his own self to finally come out free like a bluebird in the sky. So, he stayed strong ever after. I have a small question for you guys. There are two models of the story. One is the direct intended one, another is the unintended. What do you guys feel? I want some cheer for you, like some prompts. Anyone? Unintended one. Hey, I am telling you there are two. Okay. Let me tell you. Very often in our lives, we tend to look for validation and comfort in others. We tend to travel a distant miles to search for the lost gold. But you could have found a diamond if you would have just looked through a mirror. Again referring to back to our protagonist. He was enslaved in the prison of judgment. But one small step towards empowerment, and he was instilled with a self-confidence and self-esteem of a lifetime. We meet various people in our day, correct? We meet friends, we meet a family. We talk to our relatives, sometimes. We talk to our professors, no one wants to. But my question arises, do we talk to ourselves? Just try this today. At late night, just lie down on the bed, close your eyes, and say this to yourself. Hey, are you alright? Is something bothering you? No matter what the world says, I believe in you. The path that you have chosen is difficult. But don't you worry. No matter whatever you do from this stage, I will always love you. The protagonist of my story knows that I will always love him for himself. So, there is one more thing to this. Not only it helped me to instill my self-esteem back in me, it also taught me to stand up for myself. I have been a very egoistic person lately, and I don't even regret a second of it. You know, ego is such a powerful force that it can make you reach the milestones that you once dreamt of, and at the same times, it can drag you down from heaven and bury you in the hell. It all depends on the type of ego you are arrogant about. Are you arrogant about your work and principles, or are you arrogant about your vanity? After all, fighting a battle when the entire world is against you is one thing, and waging a war against the world just for pleasure is another thing. One will teach you how to stand tall in the face of adversities and difficulties. The other thing will teach you just the whims of a maniac. The journey of this shy little kid towards his redemption arc also taught one more thing about the people who care about us. The people who genuinely care about us, they accept us for who we are. They accept us for both our pros and cons. They like us and they appreciate us for both the light and the dark within ourselves. They support and become a home to the universe that exists within ourselves. One thing, love. Well, I only have one line about love. Love is the most twisted curse of all time showered from heaven. So, until one day, it is the right time. We have built our capacities and we get the hit of a lifetime. Let's wait for that moment. So, until then, keep fighting, keep running, and when faced by the adversities of this cruel world, keep failing. Try again, keep failing, keep try again until you rewrite the history by your own hands and the entire world will watch you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you all from the mind of an observational poet, the Egoist Guide to Rhapsody. Thank you.